Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's really great to be chatting to you all today as part of the Africa Scotland Business Network International Opportunities video series. This week we are featuring one of our fantastic members all the way from Glasgow. I'm sitting here in Cape Town, as you all know. His name is Robin Pryor and he's the MD of Abergower. Robin, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Claire. Yeah, and thanks for your invitation to this interview. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant, Robin. So the idea of these interviews with Africa Scotland Business Network members is to actually promote your business opportunities in a viral way. We will also obviously push it through our networks as much as we can. But today we're living in a digital world. So for anyone that is listening or tuning in today, please take note of Robin's businesses. He's got two fantastic business opportunities for the African markets. In fact, Robin, do you want to take this opportunity to tell us about your businesses?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, myself and Claire have been working together over the last year, especially over the lockdown period. My background is basically in digitisation services. And we've been in that market space for about 20 years. And over that time, we've delivered big projects for various companies and organisations, primarily in the UK to begin with, but then we've branched out and gone in different directions over the last few years. So it's been quite exciting. It's basically to do with taking paper documents and extracting data from that document and making it digital. So that covers a whole range of different things. It could be census returns, it could be marketing response forms, it could be converting old historical archive documents, and that's where our real specialism. So things in the UK we've done would be the 1911 census for the National Archives, where we scanned about 18 million documents, and the data was all extracted on that, and that's all online now, the National Archives basically website. We did the same for the Scottish side of things too. We did the 1911, 21 and 31 census. We've done the British Library work, and from that we expanded into doing, and I know we'll probably talk about it a bit later, things like the United Nations work in Geneva and Budapest, Schlumberger in Brussels, quite a range of different things. But about 4 years ago, we also diversified into 3D printing. So we sell and support 3D printing to the higher education sector in the UK. And basically from there, last year, we took a technology and developed 3D printing of COVID-19 test swabs. So we've been through the whole gambit of registration and classification and certification of being able to print a 3D PCR COVID test swab, which we're now marketing in Africa.
So there's fundamentally two sides to Abergower. There's the digitisation business, and then you've also got the 3D printing and the premium test swabs. So you noted, I heard the United Nations in there as a client. Do you want to tell us about that project?
Yeah, that was a great project to do. UNHCR were based in Geneva, and basically they were moving to a new office in Budapest. So rather than take rooms and rooms of records with them, they decided that what they wanted to do is create all those case files into a digital content system, which would allow them to basically access that documentation much easier, quicker, faster. So we won the contract to go on site in Geneva to basically convert all those paper files to digital. So when they moved to their new office, they could downsize the entire operation because they didn't need hundreds and hundreds of filing cabinets with all this stuff in it, which they couldn't find at the best of times. But once it's digital, you can automatically search on it and find it right away. So we had a team in Geneva who did most of the work, and we also had a residual team in Budapest who finished the project, and that went really well. So that lasted about 6 months. We had a whole team of French-speaking as well as English-speaking people in Geneva, and we had people in Hungary receipting the documents and building the database, basically. Yeah, really good, very good.
Fantastic. That sounds wonderful, Robin. Now, I know you've been a member of Africa Scotland Business Network for over a year now. We've obviously got to know you and your businesses really well, and you have extensive experience working all over the world, from Australia, Europe, the UK. Was there like a moment in time, or was there something that you read, or did something happen to draw your attention to African markets?
Well, yeah. I mean, basically, about 3 years ago, we dipped our toe in the water. We went to Morocco to basically give a presentation to the British Chamber of Commerce over there, and that went so well. We got the feeling that there's a huge opportunity in the African market for our type of service, principally because a lot of transactional stuff still takes place on paper, and a lot of it in Morocco, for instance, is notarized. So people stand for hours in queues just to get a stamp on a piece of paper, so that legitimizes that piece of paper. So a transaction could take place or an agreement could happen. So from the experience in working in Morocco, we thought, well, there must be other opportunities. And we found out that the top 5 emerging economies in the world are all in Africa. It's an explosive growth there. And the fact that digitisation and the digital agenda, people are aware of it, but a lot of people haven't implemented that yet. So talking to yourself, Claire, persuaded us that we'd gone to the wrong place. We should have come straight to South Africa. So on the back of what you said, we've set up a company in South Africa, which we're going to get off the ground now, yeah.
I know there's no going back now. No pressure, Africa Scotland Business Network.
Definitely not.
So talking of Africa, Robin, you are just back from, I believe, a very successful business trip to Nigeria. How exciting. Do you want to tell our audience a bit more about that trip?
Yeah, well, at Nigeria, it was a revelation to me. A very colourful country, but I had no idea how big it was. I mean, 250 million people and one of the strongest economies in Africa. They have a definite entrepreneurial passion from everybody I spoke to over there. So they get what we're trying to sell and promote, that things should be more digital than doing things on paper, and they get that. So that was some brilliant conversations with some great institutions over there about how we could help them meet the digital agenda or the digital transformation world by converting a lot of their paper and processes to get it into digital. And obviously, there's a big opportunity for COVID testing over there. It's still, anywhere in Africa, COVID is not going to go away soon. So having a brand new technology that we can show that that's much better than the current system of operating, they're very open to that idea. And on that basis, we'll be going back again soon to pick up where we left off. So it was 9 days of lots of meetings, lots of travel, meeting lots of people, discussing lots of things, and it was fantastic. Really great experience.
I'm so delighted to hear that, Robin. When we were sitting in our offices in Cape Town, like every day we were wondering, how's Robin? How's Robin? We hope he's okay. So we're just glad that it was a really brilliant trip for you. And I believe that you met one of our members, Tessa Bagu from Nigelink as well. It's good to see members coming together.
Well, I mean, again, through Africa Scottish Business Network and Ronell, and we're doing a consultancy piece through Ronell, who relates to Tessa. So that all that linkage comes through being a member of the network, effectively. So we've commissioned a consultancy study to look at key contacts in Nigeria that we should be speaking to develop our services and partner with going forward. So that all came through yourself. Thank you.
That's great to hear, Robin. I mean, that's what it's all about. I was watching Elon Musk, as quite a lot of business people do, and he mentioned something that was quite notable for me. The world is going to be based on 2 key drivers, and one is digital, as we know, and the second one is network. So we are here to support Scottish companies and companies who, we have expanded beyond our brand in the past 2 years. So we're not just home to Scottish and African companies. We are now a truly global network that has a focus on Africa and Scotland. So If Elon Musk says it, I'm going to take it.
All right, too. I would go with it.
But now a more kind of general question, Robin. I've always been fascinated by Abergower and your approach to internationalisation. And I know it's something that the Scottish Government and the Scottish private sector are trying to encourage Scottish companies to internationalise their business. Do you have any tips or hints? In fact, you're even welcome to note the challenges as well, because internationalising is never straightforward. But do you have any like general insights for our audience, Robin, and how you went about that?
Well, I mean, I think we're still a small company, but I think you've got to have a big mind mentality and think big in terms of what your ambitions are, or what your goals or objectives are. And we know in the UK, our digitisation side of things is quite a condensed and mature marketplace, but our services are needed in other countries, and it's really just identifying which of those countries could really do with our services. So I think that the most important thing I found is you have to go and meet people. It's face to face. We can do all the stuff on the online, but it comes down to actually being in front of people, sitting down and having a chat with them, and actually being, right next to them and building that relationship, because out of that comes real positive business opportunities. It's great introducing yourself on digital and online, but you actually have to get out and go and see people, basically. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely. And it's something we definitely, and it's with your case study as well, Robin, case in point, we've always encouraged our members to please, and I know it costs money, to travel to Africa. We've always encouraged our members to travel to meet people on the ground face to face. Africa, there's not so much social trust here. So it's so important that particularly African business people get to know who wants to engage with them on a face-to-face level, on a real human level, before they engage with business. And I think your recent trip to Nigeria has highlighted that.
Yes.
So leading on from that question, Robin, what's also exciting about your business is that you've actually got the huge potential to create jobs in Africa. So do you want to explain to the audience how Abergower will go about that?
Well, yeah. Well, again, we've made really great contacts through the network in terms of like, what are the employment conditions? What is the legislation that can guide an external company like us coming into a new country? What do we need to think about? What do we need to plan? What do we need to organise? And that's very, very helpful, especially in an African context and the South African context. So that's been very valuable and very good for us. We want to establish certain bases in certain countries that can basically deliver our service. So knowing the right legislative framework for us to work within is really important to us, as well as meeting all the local conditions. But we want to bring our technology and train people to deliver our services in various locations. So that's really important. That's tied into our worldwide network anyway. So we monitor and control what is happening in our various offices around the place. So yeah.
That's great news. The population of Africa, it's set to bulge to 1 billion, many of whom are really young people. There's a median age here of just under 20. And, a lot of people are forecasting that the need for people to create real jobs in Africa is of critical importance. And you are someone, as an investor from Scotland, a businessman in Scotland, you're someone that's going to help achieve those goals for Africa. So I'm really excited to see how your African journey pans out, Robin. We are here with you every step of the way. When you need, you know that you just need to put up your hand and get in touch with us anytime you need assistance.
Definitely.
Robin, thank you so much for taking part in this interview. Is there any last words that you want to leave the audience with, perhaps about what you're looking for exactly from business partners, customers on the ground in Africa?
Well, we're always open to talk to contacts in our industry or related industries, people that can help us, meet local conditions or maybe partner with us on, business opportunities. So, again, that probably comes through the network, etc. But if anybody wants to give me a call anytime, I'll pick up the phone and, I'm the kind of guy who'll just jump on a plane. If there's an opportunity, I'll be there. And I can't wait to actually get to South Africa. Hopefully my next tour via Nigeria, come down and see you. That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, please do. We will have the champagne, Robin, ready for you. Robin, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. We will definitely be promoting this video and Abergower on Africa Scotland Business Network channels. For the purposes of connecting with Robin, please get in touch with us anytime, or you can search for Robin Pryor on LinkedIn. Robin's email, can't give away the email, the Poppy Act and the GDPR Act might arrest me, but his website is www.abergower.com. Thanks very much, and I look forward to hearing from you all soon.
Thank you very much, Claire. You take care.